was born in 1999, and my older sister and I used to play the Sonic games all the time. We played them all. I'm pretty sure one of us, I don't remember who, we had a Sonic the Hedgehog birthday theme party. The cake was Sonic. Haley, my sister, loved Tails. I loved Sonic. And of course, seeing Knuckles and Tails being brought into this movie did make me excited to see them on the big screen. And I just have to say, growing up, I did prefer Sonic over any type of Mario game. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 stars Jim Carrey, Ben Schwartz, and Idris Elba, and is about when the manic Dr. Robotnik returns to Earth with a new ally, Knuckles. Sonic and his new friend Tails is all that stands in their way. Beginning with my positives is Sonic and Tails. I'm actually really glad this movie actually gave us time with these two. They build a friendship in this movie because the James Marsden character says Sonic doesn't have any pals. He doesn't have a group of people like he is at a wedding right now. So Sonic is out by himself, and when he meets Tails, he becomes friends with Tails. And honestly, growing up, that was a huge part of Sonic the Hedgehog. Tails, him and his relationship with each other is just great, and the movie does a really good job, even though didn't really care for seeing them doing a dance fight scene, which was like, alright, this is definitely a 2022 Sonic, but hey, it's fun and goofy and stuff. But really, the big surprise is Knuckles, which Knuckles / Idris Elba. That's all I gotta say. He's great. He's really good in this movie. He's very funny, and he's very badass, if you ask me. And I will say this, they actually give him some character development that actually connects between him and Sonic through the first movie. That I was like, you know what? Good job, movie. You're caring about your characters. That's a big thumbs up. And of course, I love seeing me some Jim Carrey. I know recently he just announced he's considering retiring and stuff, but if he wants to continue playing Dr. Robotnik, I would love to see it because he's just a bright spot. I love seeing him on the big screen. Even though in this movie, he is outrageous. There's definitely times I'm like, he is improving right now and the camera will not turn off, and I'm like, it's a little cringy in some parts, which a lot of the comedy in this movie is family friendly, which is totally fine. It's a family friendly movie. It's Sonic the Hedgehog. It doesn't need to be a PG-13 R-rated comedy. No. It knows what it is, and it's having fun with this movie. And that's what I can say. Watching this movie, I was not bored at all. It is a little long, and toward the end, I kind of felt the pace of it, but you know, I enjoyed most of what I was watching. Now, when it comes to my issues, really, this is gonna sound like every other, review. It's the human characters. Listen, James Marsden in the first movie was solid. You enjoyed his character as the sheriff with all, and then him connecting with Sonic and going on this little road trip. It was a fun time. In this movie, he's very cut off. Him and his wife, they're going to a Hawaii wedding for that friend character. And that entire subplot, listen, that could have been, cut down, and this movie would have been, 15 minutes shorter. And honestly, even though there were funny scenes at the wedding, don't get me wrong, there were scenes that were actually pretty funny, I just kind of think you could have cut that out, the entire subplot, really, and that would have been fine, because it wasn't necessary. Every time they cut back to the wedding, I was like, please just go back to Sonic facing Knuckles going down a mountain with big CGI fun moments. That's all we wanted, because Ben Schwartz is really good as Sonic. He does a good job as his voice, and every time he's on screen, it's more entertaining. It's more enjoyable than seeing these adult characters play volleyball while they're stretching their muscles and they're making, jokes about their body. I just didn't care about that. I cared more about Tails and Sonic going on adventure. That's what I came for, and that's what mostly you get. The movie is a little bit too long. I did have a ton of fun just watching it. The movie's not harmful at all. I think it's going to be a great family-friendly movie. The theater I was in was full of kids, but I did notice that those kids were a little hoppy and jumpy whenever the adult scenes and no Sonic was on screen, because it was unnecessary if you ask me. But overall, the movie is fun. Go watch it with your kids if you have some. And if you're a big Sonic fan, I think you can find a lot of enjoyment. There are some great Easter eggs from the games and moments in this movie that is straight from the game. I'm like, thumbs up in my book. I would recommend watching it on the big screen. I will give Sonic the Hedgehog 2 a B-. And before this video started, I did go back and check what grade I gave the first movie, and that is the exact same grade as the first one. So if you ask me which one's better, I think I actually might prefer the first one, even though I did love seeing Knuckles and Tails. That was a great add-on to this movie. I think the first one had a better just secure the story. This one is bigger, bolder, and trying to be more funny with the kids, whatever. Sometimes, like I said, cringy. And I will say this, the mid-credit scene. There is a mid-credit scene. That's pretty enjoyable. And you guys enjoy this review, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye, everyone.